White Americans will work with African Americans who want to work. Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work.
In this video, we are going to discuss whether Latinos like Black Americans. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video, we are discussing whether Black Americans are liked by the Latinos. Now, this video is inspired by a particular guy, Black African, who came online to talk about the things that his Latinos workers have said about his Black American workers. So let's check out what he had to say, what people have to say about the things that he said, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, let's get into this video.
Because white Americans have been living with African Americans even from the day when our ancestors came from Africa as enslaved people. White Americans will work with African Americans who want to work. Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work. There's a difference. There's a difference. White Americans will work with African Americans who want to work. But Latinos will not work with African Americans who want to work. Latinos only work with Latino. So if you ask me, I can tell you that from my own personal self, that Latinos are more discriminatory and racist towards African Americans than even you who are working in my company. I'm a black man. I own a company. I hire a Latino. The Latino comes back and complains about the African Americans because the Latino thinks because I'm African, I don't have any relationship with the African American. The Latino comes to me and tell me that you are an immigrant. I'm an immigrant. That African American cannot work. I have Jose, I have Gonzalez, my brothers who know how to work very well. You need to fire the African Americans, and I will bring a lot of hardworking Latinos who work for your company. This is my company as a black man. My company. I was a contractor at Quantico Marine Base in Virginia.
Ooh.
A contractor for General Electrics.
Oh.
And the Latino workers that are hired, they are snitching on the African American workers that are hired for me to fire the African Americans so they can bring Latinos to take their place.
This African man is going viral right now, right? Because he owns a contracting company in Virginia, right? So he hires a lot of, Latinos, right? So he said that the Latinos keep snitching on him on the Black Americans, right? Trying to get them fired. Yeah, trying to get them fired, right? So they can bring in more Latinos into the company, right? Y'all want to know the game these Latinos run on this African dude, right? He said, come on, man, you're an immigrant. We immigrants, we got to look out. They said, immigrant unity, brother. These black men, they lazy, bro. They clacking, they coming late, they leave early.
When did you say that one?
Jose over here, bro. They're gonna work twice as hard for half the price, bro. What are we doing here, man? And oh my God, are black people furious in that comment section, right? But it was an interesting that he said, right? He said they kept snitching on Black Americans. They were snitching. If you're snitching, it means that the individual is probably doing something they're not supposed to be doing. You understand what I'm saying? Like, he kept saying that they're snitching on them. You don't snitch on somebody who gets there on time, right? Stays late if they have to, works hard and bust. You don't snitch on a hardworking person, you know what I'm saying? So I couldn't really quite understand the vid. I don't know if this dude was like trying to pander to the Black American community, but why would you say that they're snitching on Black Americans? What is it a snitch on, bro, if they work hard? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everybody in the comments is losing. They're talking about this is what they do, man. They're looking out for their own people. This and that. And it's like, bro, that's what everybody does. Everybody looks for their own people, man. If you ever look at whoever's in charge of an organization and you look at the people around them, that's going to be a reflection of those. But them saying, yo, you're an immigrant, I'm an immigrant. I got my cousin that just came across the border, bro. Twice the work, half the price. Hey, if you want it, you take it. If not, you keep dealing with your mom.
Guys, listen to what this man has to say, and I'll come back for my commentary.
Who are working in my company. I'm a black man. I own a company. I hire a Latino. The Latino comes back and complains about the African Americans.
Did you hear that? He said he's an African, an immigrant. And a Latino that he hired snitched on African American workers to get them fired. He wants him to fire, get rid of black men, African Americans, because they're not immigrants, and that he was going to give him Latinos who he would hire because they're immigrants. He didn't get him African immigrants. He said he's going to get them Latino immigrants. Okay, so that's why I have said that there has never been a black and brown coalition. We're not one. This doesn't apply to all, but at the end of the day, we are not one. Now, why am I bringing this up? Look at what is happening now. The riots, the protests. Okay? Now they're all complaining, where are the black people, which is very insulting and quite stupid. Where are they that we all need to be one? But look at, this is what they do. And I've experienced this. I know so many people. I know so many black people who went to Florida, Miami, who said they will not give them jobs. They discriminate against them. They are 10 times more hostile than even white people to them. And these are the people who want you to now come together to fight. They want black bodies in the front to be bulletproof vests. They see black people as utility, not as equal. These are the same people telling you, let's fight together. This is an indication. And the second thing I want to say, I really want to commend this African man, because a big problem with us as black people worldwide is the lack of unity. And worshiping anything that doesn't look like us, worshiping anything that has lighter skin than us.
True.
Betraying ourselves and weakening ourselves. And I'm so glad that he stood in solidarity. Now, what is happening to people of the Latin community it's sad. It's unfortunate. But we did our job. We voted in the right way, but you voted for proximity to whiteness. You wanted to wine and dine with them. So if you want help, go to them. They're the ones with the power. Go to them. Where are your celebrities? How come J-Lo isn't talking? She needs to open her mouth. Gloria Estevez or Esteban, whatever. All of your people, none of them are talking, but you come bothering us, the same Africans that you look down on. The same Africans and black people who you say it's a letdown to associate or marry them.
Wow.
No, we're staying home.
Are you serious?
And a police officer in Florida just said that they were going to unleash violence and unaliving if there's any resistance.
Yikes.
So we're not getting involved.
That's serious.
Fight your own battles. Leave us out of it.
There's an African man talking on TikTok. He's going viral, y'all. He's going viral. He's talking about something that's been going on for a long time. The discrimination in the workplace between African Americans and Latinos. But let me speak about it because I'm African American. It happens with everyone. African Americans are discriminated by everyone. And he did make a valid point. White people don't really discriminate against us anymore. Not really. Depending on the workplace. Who's there. Because I've seen where whites and Latinos get together and they concoct something against African Americans. With that being said, I have worked in numerous places with whites. And if you do your job and mind your business, you're good. But let's be realistic about the scenario. This is happening and it needs to change. We already know if we go into any type of business and it's one group of people only working there, there's a problem with that. And I'm gonna be realistic. I worked in McDonald's as an experiment and I was the only African American there. And I can see why young individuals don't have jobs, because you have older individuals that are stuck in their way, don't want to learn English. And when you're trying to do your job, you can't communicate with them. You have young individuals working also too that their family and wherever they are, they don't want them to learn English so they can send the money home. So it's a dialect issue also with the young generation where they don't speak English and they don't find the need to speak English. And we're disconnected, and also they're disconnected from opportunities that they could get better if they learn English. So with that being said, it does happen, and I see Africans own businesses where they won't allow African Americans to work there. Also, it's everyone, not just one group. We have to talk about it and fix it. But we see you. We see the supermarkets. We see the stores that it's only one race of people working in there. Stop shopping in there, black people. If they will not hire your sons or your daughters, stop shopping in these places. The only places there should be one race of people working in there, Spanish restaurant, soul food restaurant. Those type of restaurants are traditional, cultural, and they need to be with their races. But when we open in sandwich shops, deli shops, we can't make a sandwich. It's getting ridiculous. Stop shopping with them if they won't hire your kids. That's it, Jesus! Over and out.
Okay, so we've seen what he had to say about the situation between Latinos and African Americans in his environment. We've seen what people have to say about what he said. I would love to hear your own opinion about this whole topic. So please leave your comments in the comment section. Now, personally, when I watched it, I was like, wow, this is very bad. Because for me, when the guy was saying that the Latinos will come to him and say that he should fire the Black Americans, that they are immigrants together, that he will bring his brothers to work for him, they will be hardworking, they probably will take less. And in my mind, I'm like, you didn't even say, oh, fire the African Americans so that you can bring in your own Africans, that they'll be better because you people will be able to communicate. You say you want to bring your own people. Another problem I had was he was talking as if they were saying, oh, the African Americans are bad even when they are good, because he was saying that a white American would want to work with an African American even if they are good, but a Latino will not want to work with an African American even if they are good. And I'm like, so what he's saying is that the Latinos in his environment, in his company, don't even want to work with the African Americans, even if they've done nothing. And that is bad. And for me, because I'm not in that environment, I was like, maybe this is a one-off thing. And people that responded are also saying it's not a one-off thing, that it happens, and that they will try to turn the Africans and other immigrants against African Americans. But when I was looking at the comment section of some of his video, I saw a lot of people actually collaborating what I was saying. Someone was saying that there's so many people that was like, when they had a Latino as a manager in their workplace, they noticed that a lot of the African Americans started getting fired and that they were now being replaced by Latinos. And I'm really like wondering, that doesn't seem fair. Now, it's a different case if the people are not doing their work. But when you deliberately start looking for things to set up the African Americans to get them fired and then bring in your own people, it's dubious to me. Now, yes, everybody is supposed to take care of their community. I know the Latinos are very good at taking care of their community, even the Indians, the Pakistans. It's just we Nigerians and some African countries, sometimes our head is always sparking. We don't take care of each other like that. But I understand the need to take care of each other, but not at the detriment of another set of people. If another person from another country or race or whatever is not doing anything that is detrimental to the company, why do you go out of your way to push that person out just to bring your person? It's not noble in my own opinion. That's bad behavior. That's terrible behavior. It means it can be done to anybody. And I don't subscribe to that kind of behavior. Now, it's a different case if there's an open space, there's a vacancy, and you're like, okay, please, can you employ my brother, my family member, my community member? That is different. But not when there's somebody already occupying that space, and then you start deliberately looking for ways to kick the person out because you want to replace the person with your person. It doesn't make sense. It's terrible, wicked behavior, in my own opinion. Anybody can say anything else, but that is my own personal opinion, because you would not want somebody to do it to you, so why do it to another person? That's That's what I just feel about the whole thing. I know they're trying to build their community, to strengthen their community, but not at the detriment of another person, because that person too also belongs to another community. But anyway, that is my own thought about the whole topic. The last person was talking about the fact that some Africans also do that they will not want to employ some African Americans. I can see where that would be possible. Like if they have an African store or African restaurant, really an African American there is not going to work. And which is what she mentioned, that if it's a local restaurant, if it's a specific restaurant, it might not work to have another person that's not from that community working there, because you're not going to be able to relate and it's going to cause a lot of issue. But there could be teaching, but then again, if the person is willing, that is the thing. If the person is willing to learn, if the person is willing to be accustomed to the culture, then it's possible that they would employ somebody from outside. But most times I don't think it would be seen as a wise business decision to employ somebody outside. But then again, there are some other roles that the younger, like she was saying, younger ones can do. Personally, I think that behavior from the Latino community needs to be addressed. And because of this, I now see a reason why a lot of the Black Americans, when they were going for the protest, because of the immigration thing that is going on, a lot of Black Americans sat down and said they are not protesting. And I noticed that there were some Latinos that were accusing Black Americans of not participating. I guess this is where the whole thing is coming from, the reasoning. And also I'm remembering there was a statistics that was shown, there was data that was shown after the last election, and a lot of the Latino males, I believe, a lot of them in the Latino community actually voted for Trump. So people are like, well, you use your hand to cause problem for yourself. Didn't you think that by voting him, there was going to be a problem later on for your community? So I guess that's why a lot of Black Americans are saying, we are not saying anything. We're just going to mind our business and watch you people burn, in their own opinion. Anyway, this is my own thought about this whole situation, this whole topic. I would love to hear what you think about what this guy has said about the Latino community and Black Americans. Do you think it's right to say that people from the Latino communities don't really like Black Americans? And do you think that it's a good thing for the Latino community to be protecting themselves and be looking out for each other, even at the expense of another community member or another person that is not in their community? I would love to hear your own opinion. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get the discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe. And don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.